What do you do while you're camping? Well, you can always watch the videos you took while camping. That's the video of the bike trail that we took. Which is about over with. We went out to the James River overlook.
25 minutes is too long.
Yeah. I just said my video was long enough.
I was tired of all the cutting and bulking cycles, so instead of trying to out-diet myself, I swapped 1 or 2 meals a day for faster. They're chef-made, so they're actually delicious and satisfying, but each meal's all...
It's just gotten, oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah, that one is the bicycle video, and this is the video I took at Jamestown, and that one is the video of the Pocahontas ferry. I thought taking the ferry was lots of fun, but having breakfast, we had to get a new Keurig because the other one gave up the ghost. They sure don't last very long, do they, Tim?
No.
I mean, the other one didn't even last. We bought it during our camping trip last time. It was 10 weeks. So less than 10 weeks. You know, that's pretty bad. So looks like he's making some scrambled eggs. That's the AC unit making all the racket. We're getting a new one that's a little bit more powerful, and we'll also have a drying drying function, a dehumidifying function, and some AC units also have a heat strip in them, so you can also use them to add a little heat to the camper, but I don't know if this one does. I don't think it does. No, he says no. The Geo Pro, the first camper we had a very powerful AC unit, and yeah, you turn that on and you about froze to death. And this one, when we first started to use it, I was like, is it even going to be sufficient to cool the camper? But I guess it was all right. We started out in March. I had to think about it. Really early in the spring. And in fact, the very first night when we got in North Carolina, wasn't there a freezing advisory? And then we went a little bit further south and it was actually quite hot. In fact, I think the highest temperatures we even had on the trip was at the very beginning in Georgia. But you can see we definitely utilize the table while we're camping. Behind the coffee maker is the sound bar, so we can even hear the TV when it's playing. And on top of that white thing right there is the, I don't know what it is, antenna, router, something, to the Starlink, the other part of the Starlink. And let's see, yeah, it's kind of a mess in here. Haven't made my bed. We haven't gone over. This particular campsite has water and electricity, but it doesn't have sewer, so we've taken some showers in the camper while we've been here. But I'm trying to put my shoes on. Tim's got a tote on wheels to empty the sewer in, and then you can hook it to your vehicle. Oh man. Put the lid down so the towel don't end up inside there. I guess it fell down. Yep, the hook fell off. There was a hook right there. But grab this bathrobe. I don't want to go outside in just my nightgown. Take a picture of the campground. Tim built me a fire last night. It was actually quite cool yesterday because it rained overnight and it really brought the temperatures down. And it was very, very overcast, I think, yesterday morning. But now you can see it is quite sunny. And many people have pulled out. We don't have a whole lot of campers left. There's one there down on the corner. But we had a tent here last night, tent across the street, a pop-up tent down the road. And when I was sitting out here, lots and lots of people were just walking the road, enjoying the weather. There's more people up this way. There's a tent. But here's our campground hookups, and this is the tote I'm talking about. And he can hook it's not connected. But he can drain the gray water into here, and then he hitches it up to the truck and pulls it up to the dump station. There's somebody up the road pulling out, probably leaving. Yep, they're leaving. But this is the campground. You see, we put up my flags. We decorated the campsite. I brought one of my gnomes. And here's the Starlink. And I put all these solar lights around it. Hopefully they charge and glow at night so people don't decide to back over it or whatever. And then over here, that's our site number. We're site 27. And this is our reservations. And it says arrival time was 7:20. Due out time is 1 p.m. So you don't have to get up at the crack of dawn and hook up and leave. Since they're gone, yeah, I won't do it now. Tim's probably wondering, hey, why is she doing this? I just made her some scrambled eggs. I got to go back in and eat my eggs. And some sketchy sausage. That sausage, he cooked that, I think, before we left, and it's been in the refrigerator for a week. To me, I would take that sausage and cook it and then stick it in the freezer and then take it out frozen and heat it up. But no, he leaves meat for so long in the refrigerator. I know it's critical, but it scares me. It scares me. In fact, I think we had sausage yesterday, and yeah, I was like, man, I hope this don't make me die. Don't make me sick. It's getting long in the tooth. Back of the campsite. Fire pit. There's our e-bikes. I don't know when he come out here and unlocked them, but all we gotta do is stick the seats in them and we're raring to go. He got me this. He replaced my bell. And his has got the bell. Let me see if I can make it ring. That's his. Sounds like Harpo Marx's horn, don't it? The honk honk. All right. And all my various stickers. Galveston Island KOA, Las Vegas KOA. We went to Roswell, which wasn't all that. Coral Pink Chapter Utah, Deuce Hat State Park. Some of the stickers. Canadian ATV Life. That's somebody we met at Galveston, and they gave me their sticker because they're YouTubers, and YouTubers make stickers for their channel and give them to people that they meet and invite them to watch their channel. I don't think it's going to get hot that way. You might want to put it on a plate and put it in the microwave. Needs to get very, very hot. And what do you got to do? You got to take your pills when you're camping. I'm working on it. My gummies. Belly Welly. That stuff works. So, this is my second bottle of Belly Welly. Show you what I'm talking about. I've seen it advertised on probiotics and pro and prebiotics. And fiber. 5 grams. Alright. I will do a little video later of the campground facilities. I try to take a picture of the bathrooms and just put it online, so if anybody sees my video and wants to know what the campground's like, they can see pictures of the bathroom. Not so much on the weekends. The floors needed to be swept, and they got a little bit used, and it was obvious that they were busy. But they during the week, man, the bathrooms were spotless. They keep the sinks and the floor clean. I did complain about the abundance of spider webs. I said, get a broom and knock them down, and they say they do, but they just, spiders build them right back up. I get it, but when you go in to clean the bathrooms, take a broom every single time and keep knocking them down, because spider webs, I go to, hang up my bathrobe or my towel or whatever, and there's a spider web this close to it, and a spider in the spider web, and I'm like, gonna hang my bathrobe up on that hook, and is that spider then gonna crawl over and get in my bathrobe or my towel, and I go to use it or put it on, and then I got a spider climbing into my hair, on my face. Don't want that. And the other thing that we pointed out, and I'm sure they know about it, how could they not know, is the mold and the mildew in the shower stalls. So many campgrounds have a mold and mildew problem, and some don't. Some are right on top of it, and the rangers are diligent about using a bleach solution and keeping the mildew and mold down. But other campgrounds, they let it accumulate until they get enough complaints, and they finally get in there and clean it up again. But the amount of mold and mildew was, it wasn't a week old, I don't think, unless I can't imagine it accumulating and growing that quickly. So weeks, perhaps even the whole summer season long. It was a lot. So the next time, which was I think just yesterday, we went into the same unit, and lo and behold, they had gone in there and cleaned that up, and I really appreciated that. But my opinion is diligence, and nobody has to say anything, because you just do a really, really good job. You're very detail oriented, and yeah, you knock down because cobwebs, you look around and they're hanging everywhere. It looks dirty, and it is a little bit dirty. And they said they even sprayed a week ago for the spiders, and they said, but I don't want to hear excuses. We did it a week ago. It's just spiders are more industrial. You know what? Then keep on it. That's the solution. Keep on it every day, not once a week. And like the mold and mildew, yeah, we cleaned it up before. Well, you keep on it every day. Get in there and clean the bathroom walls. Yeah. But compared to a lot of other campgrounds, this one was, I'd say 4 out of 5. It's pretty rare to find a 5, but they do exist, and that tells me, because there are campgrounds that's a solid 5. I mean, spotless. Those are the rangers. Those are the people that keep on it, and it can be done. It's just a little more work. So if there was never any 5s, then I would say, oh, it's not possible. Campers are too messy, and the bathrooms are too heavily used that, they look rough all the time. You can tell that people are in there. We went to, like, Canada to a KOA, and, yeah, the floors were wet, and, it was so humid in the bathroom. It was, but they were, it was a very, very busy campground, and the showers were very used, so, yeah, I get it. And they're constantly wet. All right, blah, blah, blah. Gotta eat my breakfast. Look at that. Protein. Good for you. Before that, I had some fruit. I had, watermelon, cantaloupe, and blueberries. And he mixed in yogurt with his because he didn't have the melon fruit. I don't know if you could put yogurt in with like watermelon and cantaloupe. That might be ugh. But we definitely do it when we have strawberries and blueberries. We mix yogurt in with strawberries and blueberries and sprinkle it with granola. So, that was fun. The search for yogurt when we got here, we had to actually go to the little local stores. We went to like 3 of them. We went to a supermarket, a little teeny tiny town supermarket, and yeah. They didn't have any. Then we went to, I tried 7-Eleven. Did they have yogurt? I don't remember if they even had yogurt. And then we went to across the street to Family Dollar. We ended up going to a Kroger's, and then we found our yogurt that we wanted. And we had to make a special trip into a bigger town that had a bigger grocery store. Alright, so yeah, that was fun. Alright, my eggs are probably cold now. Look at this. Think they're cold? Let me find out. No, they're not cold, but they're a little rubbery. Alright. Gotta go.